Wait! It is to Madame Justice that I dedicate this concerto in honor of the holiday she seems to have taken from these parts, and in recognition of the impostor that stands in her stead. Tell me, do you know what day it is, Evie?
November the 4th.
Not anymore. Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder, treason, and plot. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. First, the overture. Yes, the strings. Listen carefully, can you hear it? Now the brass.
I can hear it.
Look outside, Mummy. They're playing music.
How did he do that?
Wait, here comes the crescendo. Is it not? Trash can.
Welcome to the Trash Cats Trash Cast. I'm Richard.
I'm Steven.
And today we remember the 5th of November.
It is, isn't it?
Because today is the 5th of November. As we're recording it, not when you're hearing it.
Yeah.
The peek behind the curtain.
Just had some big midterm elections.
Yeah. Did you vote locally in Cincinnati? Did you guys have anything to vote on?
Yeah, my address my old address is just outside of the city, so I was pretty annoyed when I couldn't vote out J.D. Vance's brother from mayor of Cincinnati, but...
Oh, cool.
But it's okay, we held it down, got that fucking loser the fuck out, so...
Cool.
Yeah.
My local area didn't have any new proposals or anything. We did have a... who's going to be the mayor of the city where I live.
Yeah.
And... there was no good options. They were all weird in their own regard.
Yep.
None of them strikingly bad either. Like most of the time, the thing that I just didn't like about each individual person was they had some affiliation with a church.
So did you just vote for whoever diddled the least children?
Yeah. I think so. So, I went with the candidate who is younger than the other ones, mostly because I thought
they didn't have as much time to do as much diddling. Is that the?
Yeah, one of them had been mayor. She had been mayor of Pontiac. I can say Pontiac. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I know. I'm doxxed now.
Yeah.
That's for good. Someone had been mayor like 20 years ago. Well, they were mayor for a little bit, and they were running again. And I was like, that's weird. Like, that's job experience, I guess. I don't know.
let me hold your horses a little bit. We're going to circle back to politics here in a bit. Do you have? First off, how was your week? What have you been thinking about? What's going on? And then we're going to circle back to something relevant in that sphere.
I've been good. My week's been good. I'm back to work now, and I kind of went back in a strategically slow way, which typically I think everyone's been there before, where like you take a long break from work and then you come back and it's like kind of hits you all at once and you're like, fuck, this place sucks. I don't want to be here. I want to be home, or I'm back on vacation where I was because everything was nice there.
Absolutely.
And I didn't have to work. But I kind of like tiptoed my way back in. And that was successful. That was really smart. I had like my first day was kind of a short one. And then I had another day off. Like I went back for one day and then I had the next day off. And then I had 2 days of work that were kind of like easy days. And then I had another day off.
Bro.
And then I was like back in it.
What are you doing right now?
It was just.
Why don't you break out your calendar? We'll go day by day, huh?
It was crazy. Like I didn't have, I didn't go like back in hardcore, and do like a 5-day stint. But it was nice because I didn't feel like, okay, fuck this place. It was like, all right, let me figure out where everyone else is at, figure out where they need me to be and like what kind of energy I need to be bringing. And then I can adjust accordingly. I had time to adjust accordingly.
So
that was good.
What are you thinking about?
Popsicles, dude. I'm back on the flavor testing.
Are you designing
game
flavor?
Yes.
Cool,
dude. I'm on some new shit. I
Do you
made
feel
a pickle
inspired?
pop.
What?
Oh yeah, a pickle pop. Like pickle juice.
That's what's up.
Dude, it's so fucking good.
Is it?
It was kind of a joke at first. We were like, actually, that would probably be refreshing as fuck when you're like walking around a park or something.
It'd be sick if you could get a little salt dip too.
Yeah, you know what? We were worried about that too, of like, okay, but it's got to have some kind of sugar content. So we were like, all right, we got to figure out a way to make it like without adding too much salt, because also salt will keep it from freezing, right?
Yeah.
So like, we got to figure out how to make that balance well. And dude, it's just fucking, it's perfect.
That's sick, dude.
The first run, it definitely needs a little bit of work. I didn't like nail it down yet, but it's so promising and I know what to do to make it perfect.
You think they'll sell?
I think in the right market, yes.
That's what I think too. Like I could see
if
maybe not
else,
the mainstream.
If nothing else,
sell,
I'm making them for the crew,
Like, absolutely.
I'm not going the summer without them.
But people love like cool novelty flavors like that are actually good. Yeah.
I feel like I shouldn't give away all of our business strategies on this podcast that no one listens to, but we and for fear that the competition will come and hound my shit.
Right.
But the main gig now is like every popsicle company has, all these fruit flavors and stuff, like especially the ones that we're competing with that have all the like, oh, it's natural flavor. They all use natural flavorings. We're the only one I know of that doesn't have like natural flavors on the fucking ingredient list. We've actually put what it is. And all of our closest competitors, they just like fruit shit or like, blue raspberry, maybe the furthest they stray, but
not very exotic.
They're still using,
yeah,
they're using like artificial concentrates and shit. So, like, we're the only ones, like, our competition, or our way of bringing competition is, like, we're going to get weird with it. And, like, what's something you've never seen before in a popsicle or, like, novelty shit like that. And I'm hella inspired. I made a butter pecan one that kicks ass.
Hell yeah.
It's all natural shit. So, yeah, I'm inspired. I feel good. Depression's at an all-time low.
That's awesome, man. For real.
It's doing good. How are you? How's your week?
I'm okay. Honestly, it's been a pretty lame week, but I'm recording on the new laptop. I spent way too much money on this. This fucking thing's souped up, bro. This is like I think it's as powerful, if not more, than my PC that I spent way too much money on last year. And so we had a bunch of tech issues right before recording, but I think we got it figured out. I was getting stressed, feel better. I was getting all my art stuff together because part of getting this laptop that I held on to the old one for so long that the coyotes biting the cord was the last straw. I finally had to get the new one. Was paying for Photoshop, because I had an old stolen, but technically legally licensed copy. So I had Photoshop in perpetuity? What is the word?
In perpetuity?
Yeah, perpetual perpetuity. I had Photoshop. And now I have to pay for it, which is like $300 a year or whatever. But finally bit the bullet. But I was going through, like, getting all my art assets and files and stocks and my whole archive of shit. And right now, my art, writing, and podcast archive is about 1.8 terabytes. So if I want to have all my shit backed up, I need it at least, okay, we call this OPSEC, okay? I need good operational security for my life's work, okay? Because I'll fucking blow my brains out if I lose all my shit. So I have 2 hard drives always updated concurrently, and then I keep a 3rd drive offsite, okay? That way the feds can never get to that one. And I realized at this point, though, I buy a new hard drive every year because I'm filling them up fast. Drive space keeps getting cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm updating my shit, and I have things on 3 computers and 4 hard drives right now. Guess how many terabytes I have, like, access to in my
access to. I'm gonna say at least 20.
You beat me. It's like 14. But I was pretty impressed. I was like, holy shit.
Damn.
I was like, this is a lot of shit. And I'm using at least 8 terabytes of space, right? So I'm updating my drives overnight. And, dude, it happens every time I do this when I update or like do a full backup of drives. I was looking through my old art and shit, and I'm not gonna lie, man, it is devastating. It is devastating to scroll through that drive, man. Like, from an outside perspective, I find it really interesting, but from a internal perspective, it is so sad and surreal. But like, one of these days I would like to scroll through it with you or Sarah, because there's like people we know in there, like places we've been, a ton of stuff there's like so much in these drives, man, and they're just like sitting. But as like sad as I find a lot of my old work to be, like, it's also really cool, like things I forgot I did. And I mean, it's like something like, I think I'm approaching 10,000 pieces of art. And
Jesus.
Yeah. And I mean, however, we're at like 200 podcasts. I got some writing and stuff. It's a lot of shit, man. And I'm like,
yeah, it's
cool to flip through it, and like, so fucked up too. But got my drives together. Yeah, I don't know. I was kicking it off with the question of what you've been thinking about. It's super cool, first off, to hear you're inspired. Popsicle, not popsicle. Pickle popsicles sounds rad.
Yeah. I think we were all pleasantly surprised. I think we kind of like threw it out there as a joke, but
like, I can pull this off.
I said, no matter what, I'm gonna make them. It's not like it's gonna be expensive to make either. So,
but I was curious, like, what you've been thinking about, because I think this is going to be a bit of a shower thoughts one. Like, if you've had any like mental stuff you've been dipping into the mind, because I have some stuff we can fuck with, but I'm down for whatever.
Now, I think we should start with yours. I did have one. So what I realized is, you're infamous in these parts for your shower thoughts, and I don't feel like I have. I probably do, and they just don't like. I don't know, they're not things that like stick with me when I get out of the shower typically. Like I'm sure occasionally I've had some, but like most of the time I'm in there and I'm thinking about the rest of my day. But when I do most of my philosophical thinking is when I'm driving.
Yep.
I put in I drive about an hour every day. It's like a half hour to work, half hour home. And I realize that is my shower thoughts is when I'm driving.
Definitely.
Which is also why I never record them, because in Michigan, at least, it's illegal to operate your phone, period, while you're driving. Not that it stops anybody. They just have to like do it lower away from the window so you don't get caught, which means you're looking further away from the road.
Yeah.
So that's super cool.
So I feel like my thought is that other people are having as many, for lack of a better term, shower thoughts as I am. But I think without recording them, they are kind of useless. Not useless entirely, but it's hard to build upon them. And I feel like so much of that goes back to writing, where I think the times I've learned the most in my life is when I'm writing the most.
I believe that's probably there's a lot of truth to that, especially with, I mean, I don't know how completely true it is nowadays compared to even 5 years ago, but there are more people, there are so many more people working from home now that this might not be true, but I think most people, they have their shower thoughts and then they get out of the shower and immediately they just finish getting ready for work and then they have to drive to work. Whereas when you're working from home, I can see there also being a difference of you are like, there's less in between you getting to your computer or I don't know, like starting your day. There's less steps in between.
I agree, but I still would always rock a Moleskine notebook, or like I use my notes app on my phone constantly. But I do know what you mean. Like the more physically busy your life is, the harder it is to like get things out for sure.
Yeah. It's just a thought.
But do you feel like you're dipping in to that internal world much? Or do you
maybe. Do you want me to go through mine first?
Sure.
We don't have to spend a lot of time on it. I think it truly is. It's a dumb thought, but it led me to a little rabbit hole. On the way home, I had this thought I was thinking of the metaphor, like the sun was going down, and it's like casting these long shadows, and I thought of the metaphor of like you can't have where there is shadow there must be light, vice versa. Someone said it in one of the things I was listening to, and meanwhile I'm seeing it on the road in front of me. And I thought about it and I realized that that's not actually true. With light, there is no shadow. The thing that creates the shadow is the thing that intercepts the light. So that's an untrue metaphor that people just use for things. Or, there was a metaphor that they used. I forget what it was. Anyways, but what that led me to is looking up philosophical metaphors. The idea was going to be to nitpick them apart, and I thought it would be funny to do so. Instead, what I found was a list of 50 most common metaphors, examples, and some of them just sound insane. Some of them I've never heard before. I'd like to read to you just a few of the choice selections off the top here.
Run it.
I think the format here is the problem, and they don't really explain how it's formatted and why it's formatted this way. It says, 1, I could eat a horse. I am very hungry. 2, this one I'd never heard before. It all went pear-shaped to go wrong.
I've heard that.
I've never heard it all went pear-shaped. It's weird.
Weebles
also-
wobble, but they don't fall down.
I was going to say, but pear-shaped is, at least from
Oblong.
my understanding of it, is pretty good.
My favorite one recently has been I forget what type of word. It's not an analogy or what type of phrase. It's not an analogy.
Simile?
No, but lately my favorite has been that cuts right to the heart of it. Like that issue.
Okay, yeah.
Cuts right to
It's
the heart of it.
Oh, I know what you mean. It's like a turn of phrase, but there's a specific word for it.
Yeah. I'm bad at actual grammar stuff.
Let me see. There's another one I found here.
Eat an elephant one bite at a time.
Yeah. The other thing, so there's a different word, and it's called a malaphor.
Okay.
And I don't know if you know what a malaphor is, but it's basically when you use a famous metaphor, but you get it wrong, or a famous, like quote, but you get it wrong.
I like that.
And I think it's funny, or it's like a blend of two different idioms. Idioms is the word. So it's kind of nonsensical, like, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, I use that one.
Yeah, and it's like, it's fucking hilarious. My boss says it all the time with, like, two in the bush is worth one, something or other. He fucking does that shit all the time, and it's very funny when people do it. I'm sorry, that was my shower thought. It's meaningless. It doesn't really solve anything. Most of yours, I feel like, have like a strong philosophical evidence. But that's where I went today.
Well, we'll build off some wordplay, maybe. So I've been thinking about miracles. Okay? When God intervenes in our lives with a miraculous act and for a brief moment in time changes our world. And for me, I always go back to when church ceilings fall and kill everyone inside. I think that is like the perfect Christmas miracle. When an entire congregation of people praying on Christmas Day in a beautiful cathedral, when there's a little earthquake and everyone dies on Christmas. That's a miracle, baby. That's perfect, right?
The nerve of the people who would dare say that, like, oh, this college football team winning the big game that was all God. That was all thanks to the man above. But then when something like that happens and they're not like, oh, this was directly God's will. He
like,
wanted
no,
these people
Satan
to die.
did that.
Yeah, exactly.
Satan
if it's
overcame
good, God did it.
God's power.
If I don't like it, then Satan did it.
Yeah, that rascal down there. So
God allowed him to do it.
Yeah, because faith works in mysterious ways.
Yeah,
the big man upstairs.
He's got a plan.
Doesn't fumble, okay. He's got a perfect pass rate, but every once in a while he allows the devil to intercept just to make the game look competitive, okay?
Did I send you the thing that was like, what if the Big Bang was God pulling the trigger in his mouth or something?
I like that.
That's pretty good.
So I was thinking about miracles and kind of in that, all right, we're connecting things. We're tying the boat. This is kind of what was it? Malaphor? Okay, this is like a malaphor where, to me, church ceilings are miracles. But I kind of think of these like the cruel version of miracles, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're kind of like malaphors. So I had another one come to mind recently that I feel like, if formalized into a debate argument, could actually be pretty strong, but I haven't thought it through all the way yet, right? But
yeah.
here's my thought. The Bible, right?
Okay.
Very dumb.
I've heard of it.
Dumb old stinky book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you heard the term Fuck, I'm gonna say it wrong. Hermeneutics.
No.
Okay, so it is not specific to the Bible, but it most often is used in relation to the Bible. It's the theory and mythology of interpretation. So you can have like hermeneutics of different subjects, but broadly, people tend to talk about it in relation to studying and interpreting the Bible. So there's the hermeneutics debaters, there's monks that specialize on each fucking chapter of the book, New versus Old Testament, the family lineages of the Bible, all that shit. And I was thinking of, throughout the history of the Bible, think of all the examples of people when they spiral in mental illness, either think they're becoming God or develop obsessions with the Bibles.
Yeah.
Where they're looking for numerology, they're trying to find hidden meanings. There's been so many like predicted apocalypses based on hermeneutics. And I'm thinking over the course of the Bible, like of the Bible's history, think of how many people have actually gone insane reading it. I feel like there's a point there somewhere. Like, how good of a book is it where a God literally allows whatever small percentage of people that read their good book to go insane? Like, the book actually mentally corrupts them for life and causes many people to spiral and die or harm others. Like, I would love to know that error rate on the Bible. What is the hermeneutics error rate on Bible insanity? I feel like that's so... I love the idea of like, oh, if I hand out 1 million Bibles, how many people are going to kill their family because of this book?
Yeah. How many people are going to, flip their shit, get main character syndrome, and think that they are Jesus?
They actually go insane trying to comprehend the insanity in the pages. I love that. It's a mouthful.
I feel like the quick retort to that. So I have what I think might be the first.
We put it on the scale.
Pushback, and then
feather versus a heart.
I think that the first pushback might be like, oh, if you're going to claim that like violent TV and movies and video games and stuff aren't completely or aren't responsible for the people that commit violent activities, then you can't claim that this book causes harm to the people or causes mental illness to the people that read it. And then the pushback to that would then, I think, be, no one's claiming that these violent video games and anything are the work of, or the word of God, are the truth and the hope and the light and the, no one's making these claims about these other products.
Well, I feel like the argument with like content or entertainment stuff is that there really hasn't been any proof demonstrated.
Yes, absolutely.
And then like second, that's like to the side even, but primarily like the people still have the freedom to do harmful things. And then thirdly is, like you said, religious power structures are something bigger than an average product or entertainment, for sure. More insidious.
Mm-hmm.
But I was connecting this. There's a term for the insanity of religion, divine madness, right? The crazy wisdom. When people get so into a spiritual pursuit or religious thinking that they actually go insane. We call this divine madness. And I really like that. I feel like...
I think I like that terminology for sure. Now, my question is from a literary standpoint, how far away do you consider that to be from Eldritch horror? Because the idea is basic is similar.
It's about the same
in nature of.
There's crossover.
You know.
I just am not interested in Eldritch horror or like fantasy.
Oh, I get you. It's it's different. It's different makeup on the same pig.
Yeah, but I agree. I think it's a good comparison. It's essentially the same thing as like when a bipolar person obsesses over the Bible and does some crazy. You know what I mean? Like it's
real life Eldritch horror.
Yeah, exactly. So I've been thinking about that a little bit. That was fun. And then, do you want to circle back to politics? I have a thing.
Sure, why not?
All right, so we just had the midterms, or whatever the fuck they're called. All right, I want to talk about the allegations of our rising Democrat stars. Do you know who I'm going to talk about?
No. I haven't really paid attention to news lately.
Good for you.
On purpose.
Zoran Mondani just won. And
yep, I did see that.
Graham Plattner. How familiar are you with these guys?
I don't know Graham Plattner.
Okay, well, Zoran, everybody knows. He's the terrorist sympathizing little Chucky doll, okay? Don't like him. Don't like him one bit, and I still would absolutely vote for him, okay? Because fuck
right, exactly.
Republican. I don't like him, though. And I feel like that's important to note. And then the second guy, Graham Plattner, fuck, is he Virginia? I think he's the guy.
Oh, you know what? I think I did see a video
rocking the Totenkampf, bro.
I'm sorry, the what?
Totenkampf.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know your Nazi shit, bro. It's the
No, I don't.
It's the Nazi skull. You know the specific.
Oh, cool.
He had so. All right, this was fun because I was watching a live stream of a guy discovering his old Reddit accounts. Now, CNN had just reported on the Totenkampf tattoo. So Totenkampf is a specific Nazi skull. It pre-existed the Nazis, but it similar to the swastika where it pre-existed them, but it is the skull on the SS uniforms. Like
got it.
Any Nazi skull, that is the Totenkampf. And it's kind of the occult symbol of death and Nazi shit. And this guy, he's a Democratic candidate. He live, I was in the chat, they discovered his old Reddit accounts, right? Like burner accounts. So this guy previously, he was a soldier, right? He worked at Guantanamo at the same time. What's his name was doing the force feeding?
Oh,
DeSantis.
Yeah.
He was
sanctimonious.
He was at Guantanamo in the era after that whole scandal. What was it called? The photograph scandal of the torture.
Yeah,
Abu Ghraib.
Yep.
That's
it.
So not that he did. I'm not like offering a position on these things currently. This is just like the facts. He was a soldier, got out, and then did private military work for Blackwater. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, he gets out of the service, makes a bunch of burner accounts, and he's on Reddit. He eventually converts to like veganism and communism, like communist shit, like saying he's like fully for socialist communist, like in his own words, not me, like putting that on him. Very much turned into like a very far progressive tanky-ish type person. And then he eventually gets into mainstream Democratic politics, and he kind of ditches the extreme left stuff and is running as like a working man, like more central Dem guy, right?
Okay, yeah.
Then it comes out he has Nazi tattoos that he got drunkenly while in the service. Because a lot of military dudes do get Nazi tattoos, even if they don't have Nazi beliefs, just because it's like they're living that life, bro. Like they're actually killing people. Like they want symbols of death and mayhem on themselves, right? Like they don't need, like some of these units do get, a bunch of dudes will get Totenkopfs and like shit and other, like they just want death on them, right?
Yeah.
And there was a lot of controversy of like, for both of these people, for different reasons, like, do we vote for them or not? And I would say I dislike them both greatly for different reasons. But we're in such desperate times that none of that shit relatively matters at all. And we need to push anyone possible to get through. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it is pretty crazy where, like, we have Democratic candidates that have previously been Islamic terrorist sympathizers and rocking Nazi tattoos. Both have changed and came more to the center, ditched some of their old, more radical beliefs. But I don't love it. But in comparison to everything that is happening on the right, it doesn't even what's the right, like, register as a concern worth having,
Right, exactly. It's like it's still better than the dumpster fire over there, I guess.
Yeah, I just feel like there's going to be like a swing back eventually, and I'm still not concerned about it. Like, there's time to fight the tankies on the left another time. But
someone says, "Hey, look, you can have this glass of shit and piss, or you can have this water that's got a little bleach in it." And it's like the bleach might make me sick, but
depends on how much bleach. Have you ever drank bleach?
I have not drank bleach.
It's not fun, bro.
I can imagine.
One night I decided to see how much I could drink. Wasn't very much. Bro,
was it more than a gulp?
I call that kidney training, bro. That's how the kidneys stayed so strong.
You got them up there. That's why. Did you ever get COVID?
Yeah, I think twice.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that's why you didn't get COVID.
I didn't get it bad though. I just got dizzy. Like,
that's why.
My kidneys were bleached up, bro. We just dissolved it on the way in.
Yeah. So you purified it.
Do you have any thoughts on these guys, or like the direction or concerns? Because I feel like fuck these dudes for real. Like,
yeah, that's one where it's like I mean, yes, absolutely. I haven't seen. I still haven't seen a politician where I'm like, yeah, love them, glad they're there. This is what I want. They're representing my thoughts and what I want to see. I see people that are like, that's close. Like it's better than nothing, I guess. They seem like they got, a fire under their ass and they might do something, I guess.
They got hype. Yeah.
And that's kind of what we need right now is hype more than anything.
I think that's why it bothers me, because I don't like how much they're being embraced. Like, they're really, like, these are like the most hyped figures on the left right now. And I really don't like that. Like, I feel like it should be like, obvious that they're the people we need to vote for now. But I don't want, all right, in real life, a reformed Blackwater soldier that has gone progressive is probably someone I can share a lot of beliefs with, right? Like, I don't care if he murdered 100 people. Like, if he's got policy shit I agree with, I want him to get through. And realistically, someone that's been through real, bad shit and changed, I can probably appreciate more than someone who doesn't understand those
Right.
things, right?
Yes.
But that doesn't mean they're like the ideal messenger.
Yeah.
Where like, I don't want a
I-
dude that that was rocking Nazi shit for like 20 years and he lied about it a lot. I'd say that's the worst part. Instead of like,
it would be one thing if he was like,
this
out
was a
and
mistake,
open, like,
I changed.
yeah, this was a thing. Yeah, like, this is not me. Like, this should not be representative of me. Like,
he got caught
you
in like
know.
5 lies back to back about it and then got it covered up. And it's like, all right, that's cool. He got it covered up, but he also lied about when he got it covered up. He lied that he didn't know what it meant. Like, I didn't know it was a Nazi shit. Then text leak. Then the Reddit accounts leak that he called it a Totenkopf. Like multiple stages of lying where I think to the average voter who's not paying close attention, it probably looked like he relatively smoothed it over, but as like a mistake of some sort or another. But if you were digging in, it's like, no, this dude lied about it every step of the way. And instead of telling the truth and saying like, I had a fucked up belief or I got it for a weird reason or whatever and changed, he just like lied. It's
yeah,
like, fuck
that's
this.
that's just fucking, that's cowardice. It's shitty. It's like, I don't know. That's one of those things, like, you had to have known that someone was going to call you on that.
There were leaked
You
texts
had to
between
have
him and
had a
his-
plan for that.
Yeah, I think they had a plan and it didn't go quite how they wanted, but him and his manager, some texts were leaked, and I mean, they had a plan. And Zoran, I don't know if I like a lot of his policies, but I'm not like opposed to what he's trying to do, but I don't like, to me, I see it as exactly the same as a pro-Christian candidate that used to make songs and posts and speak about violent crusades for the Christians.
Right.
Like, I don't necessarily have a problem with what he's saying now, but I don't want Democrat leaders that have been violent religious extremist sympathizers in the past.
Right. There is the kind of, I guess, silver lining at which where I can look at it and say, it's not, while it is still someone with a strong religious affiliation,
Yes.
it's not another Christian.
It's a worse
there's-
religion.
There's something
It's worse, bro.
but
It's different.
I'm not going to argue with that. But what I am going to argue with is that
Shaking
the
it up.
mindset of the status quo
Yeah.
of America has been so, like, you have to advertise that you are somehow Christian
It was Christocentric.
if you're going to run
sure.
for candidacy
Yeah.
for anything. So the idea that someone who
At
is
least he's
outwardly
breaking that.
not claiming to be Christian took
I-
any seat of power, I mean, even as a mayor, but of a city this, like New York, is, I think there's a way to look at it where, like, that's at least a silver lining, I guess.
I don't disagree. It's some form of progress in a weird, fucked way that I don't really like.
It's a linear progress for sure.
Yeah, we're like the opposition though is people Trump is endorsing. Eric Adams,
Right,
Cuomo.
exactly.
Like, we're like, I still 100 out of 100 times are going to vote for Mondant or would have, right? But
Yeah.
it's frustrating, and this is where the conversation is, though. And I feel like there will be repercussions, right? Like, there are a lot of people I know personally that are more in line with our beliefs that I don't think are questioning these things at all. And I find it very frustrating.
Yeah, I think there's something. I mean, you kind of said it at the beginning of like, it's hard to even like argue with it because like, obviously, yes, that is the better choice in this scenario.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's a good choice. It just means it's a better choice.
I just wish we were starting with that as the baseline of like, hey, these people can suck too, but we know they're the lesser evil, you know?
And I agree. I think that should be, you know, the statement made of like, because that's the other one is I feel like there's so many people that are like when we were at the No Kings thing and there was a guy that came out and he was just yelling about Biden, you know, MAGA guy, and he's just yelling about Biden and how Biden's a pedophile and
crime family,
this, that, and the other. Because someone had a sign about how Trump's protecting pedophiles, and he said, well, Biden was a pedophile. And it's like, no one's talking about Biden here. Like, you're the only one talking about Biden. Like, that's not my boy. If you know, if you got claims that he, you know, if you got proof or whatever, any kind of claim that he did something fucked up, that's cool. Lock him up too.
It's his daughter's journal that was co-opted. Dude, I already know all these stupid conspiracy theories too. The part that
it's like no one's. I'm not fighting for him. Like, yeah, fuck him too. I don't care. It doesn't mean that it's cool for someone else to be a pedophile.
But what I don't like though is the starting point of, I think this is, to begin with, I think that's a bad sign. Like, we're attacking them for protecting child abusers. Like, that's the argument. I feel like that sucks.
I'm sorry. Say that again. Explain what you mean.
Like, I feel like when I look out at the sea of these signs at the protests that I support, I feel like 70% of the signs suck. Like, the biggest attack where like Democrats are so desperate to have a counter offensive to attack that they just wanted to rail on Epstein shit, like, without, I feel like, understanding the implications of what they're arguing for or like having good solutions. I feel like it's so weak.
I think that might be true to a degree, but also I think there's at least a strategy to that of, it's something that if
might
you
be effective.
It might be effective, mostly because there's something that so many people kind of like based a lot of their arguments about just last year, you know, the last few years. That's been something they've been yelling about and they've been, you know, Republicans have been screaming about. So if you can convince them that, hey, we also want this to be released and you should be pissed that he is doing this, you know, to fuel that fire and turn people who otherwise wouldn't question him, give them the foothold to have something to be upset about.
I just think
with him.
The type of people on the right that are concerned, that have high invested interest in Epstein stuff, are the type of people that think all Democrats are pedophiles, or that Trump is the king anti-pedophile. Like, we're not convincing them that we care about this. The type, like, I feel like it's a non-effective argument that doesn't like represent anything that democratic values or like voting principles can be built upon. Like, what if like 3 years, whatever it is, at the next election is going to be on the left side of like, this is what we want to do, this is what we want to build, these are our values, and like number 2 on the list is going to be like, release Epstein files.
Yeah, I think you're right on as far as that goes. But I still believe in this moment right now. And I also think you're right that the people there are enough people that are so gung-ho about like, they'll never, like, even if you show them like, hey, all these Democrats or like all these people on the left, like, they also want to see, you know, people be held accountable for this. They also want this too. They'll be quick to go, that's fake news. They're Antifa terrorists paid by Soros or some shit. Like they'll come up with some shit in their head to try to explain away that they share, a similar opinion, even if it's for different reasons. They share a similar opinion with someone on the left.
It just
and I agree with that.
Yeah, I know you do. I just feel like it's like we're trying to like wrestle with their conspiracies to make a point about their conspiracies. Where it's like, I don't feel like this is effective. I don't feel like it's like good arguments. Like I feel like the signs we're seeing are like completely dismantle law enforcement, things about like minimum wage being prices that don't even make sense. Things about like the healthcare and women's rights stuff should be like way more forefront than that. Like stuff about government accountability. Like I don't know. Do you kind of get what I'm?
No, I definitely get what you're saying. I definitely believe that. I agree with you, but there is also the point of when you take someone and turn their own stupid conspiracy theory arguments against them. Like if that's the world they dwell in, that's the thing that they recognize.
I feel like it makes us look bad because these people are never changing their mind. Like this, these are not.
And that's the other part of it, right? Is like
reasonable people.
If you're willing to, if you're going to stop there of like, but they're never going to change their mind, then that opens the door to, then why bother with anything?
Well, I feel like instead of that, it should be like, instead of trying to tear down their ridiculous beliefs, we need consolidation of what do we believe. Like I
agree with. I absolutely agree with.
I don't think we could unite the left right now over 5 shared beliefs.
Yeah.
Like if every Democrat leader in every state was like, these are the 5 things as a nation, as a voter bloc, every single Democrat leader needs to get on board what these 5 things we're going to fight with, whether it's preserving gay marriage and abortion, protecting voting rights, like government accountability, national health care of some sort, or at least protecting it, and like free and fair elections, or like these are things like that
should be easy to stand behind and back up. But there's so many people on the left who are willing to nitpick the shit out of something until it's like, let's get the day one shit first. Like there's work to be done. It's not going to happen overnight. You have to start with basic shit like that. Where it's like, apparently it's not basic shit, but
well, bro, like
it seems like it fucking should be.
Like half of the elections in Cincinnati stuff, they don't put D's and R's on the names on the ballots, right? And all of the Democratic candidates were listed as nonpartisan. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, like, that's fucking weird.
We have an actual threat of fascism that the left needs to unite in. ICE has now got the funding of all other law enforcement combined. We have troops in something like 10 to 19 states. We have the courts not being listened to. We have constant constitutional crises. We like all of these things happening. And in my city, the Democrats are running as nonpartisan candidates. What the fuck is this? Like we can't get Democrat leaders to agree on 5 things and run as like a opposition, like should be like Star Wars, bro. Like a rebel opposition. Like what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, just telling you, man. I'm gonna run. Gonna run in the radical left lunatic party.
These tankies suck, bro. They're it's
The Terry party.
it's really this, and it's so much of the Mondani crowd though. It's the farther socialist communist candidates that are like really distorting the left. Like I agree with a lot of social Democrat socialist shit, but the communist shit is fucked and needs to go.
Yeah.
They don't understand they're so close to
gets
Nazis.
Yeah. It's too much. It's like
Too much.
There is the unfortunate truth is there is maybe a way in which it's, overnight overhaul of shit, but that's not that that's still fascism, right?
Yeah.
Like it unfortunately has to be baby steps in a more socialist direction.
Yes.
I'm not advocating otherwise for full on socialism on everything.
No. Not at
But
all.
there is
We want
to
socialized.
imagine, to believe that you
safety
can't
nets.
have more socialist policies and ideals without going while still having your free market, while still having
Yes.
capitalism. It still works.
But these people don't want it. Like the people that are far like hard Mondanis do not like Democrat values. These people want full socialism, communist shit. Like they're all the way there. They see it like central left people like ourselves as equally enemy as Republicans. They want to use that as a vehicle to go full bore,
Mm-hmm.
Not good. I got two more things we can explore if you want. You got any final thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think in the climate we're in, you're gonna have extremes that I think at the end of the day, I think you have to. You said I think the comment of I would still vote for the Mondami
Absolutely.
candidate over a far right person. That
Or
being
center
said,
right person and a run of the mill Republican
exactly.
right now. Yeah.
There's a lot more. There's just a lot more at stake than unpacking that right now.
Absolutely.
I think it's fair to talk about it and have that in mind, but it's just not. There's going to be enough things to hold them back from
later
doing shit right now. Yeah, that's a 4 years from now problem.
And I even had hesitation. Like, is it worth bringing up? Because I agree with you. The focus absolutely should be on anything that moves on the right. And I kind of went back and forth, but I feel like our focus has been so obvious and clear that I think it is also worth occasionally dipping in on things more on our side of the fence that I disagree with. But yeah,
I agree with that.
The absolute focus should be on anything that moves or breathes on the right. Should be fucking laser beamed out of this planet in Minecraft. Now, I think if it's not clear, I think I've demonstrated pretty clearly. I fucking hate Islam. I fucking hate Christianity, even more personally than Islam. And I also do not like and hate Judaism. Okay, fuck all of them. Any organized religion, right? Now, right now, we're seeing people like Nick Fuentes gain massive popularity. He died off a bit after the Kanye shit, but the Groypers are leading the internet. I don't know how much you're aware. He was just doing an interview with Tucker Carlson and all these fucking losers on the right. Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes are like leading shit online to a disturbing amount. Like they're going full mainstream with Nazi shit right now. All of Twitter, Elon, like these people are like full masks off right now, right? Now, when people like the Groypers, Fuentes, these losers, when they say fuck the Jews, they don't mean their religious beliefs. They mean ethnic, right? They mean they hate Jewish people as an ethnic group, right? As an ethnicity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I hate them as religion. I think the hatred of like ethnicity is like fucked. Like really gross, disgusting. Like hating anyone from where they came from or what they look like is fucked. But on the internet these days, I just, as an example of like how fucked things are, like the type of thing like my people like my parents, like more old school Republicans, have no fucking idea of how far the culture is like splitting and becoming extreme. On our Facebook page, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is an account I've like scrolled a fair bit, but and like added people at random, right? But like did no like personal, intentional sculpting of my algorithm. Do you get what I mean? Broadly,
yes.
Yeah. So on if I scroll our Facebook feed, I get tons of softcore porn, right? Because they've dialed in. I agree, but I don't like it being pushed at me by social media. Like
that's also fair.
They're making it harder for kids. They're making it easier for kids to get porn and harder for adults to get. It's like complete
it's crazy,
bizarre world. So if we scroll, they know like our age. They have like deduced we're men in our age bracket. So it's tons and tons of unsolicited pornographic material on Facebook. Like a lot of like full nudity too, of like pages with promoted posts that are not safe for work at all on Facebook. And it's like very odd to see that there, right? It's like a constant stream of that, gambling ads, and
let's get sick.
Crypto ads, and the latest I'm getting on this Facebook account I have not used much is straight up fuck Jews ads.
Oh, cool.
Like 4 ways, like little short videos that pop up, and it'll be like 4 ways sneaky Jews try to get money. Like, bro, I'm not kidding,
Christ.
Bro. It is like
that is insane.
Like 4 ways Jews try to steal white women. Like shit that's like straight Nazi bait. And
wow.
Stuff like 10 years ago. This is 5 years ago, 3 years. This is it would be unimaginable. This shit would just be like common on Facebook now. Like Twitter had descended into the madness a while ago, but now it's like full gone, dude. It's like a cesspool.
I want to say I apologize for laughing. I laugh not because it's funny.
It is funny, but it is fucked.
It is fucking ridiculous. I
took screenshots of it all, bro. It's crazy.
Christ, that is crazy. The idea. I mean, so you know, they got us pegged for some of the circumstantial shit. You know, obviously Facebook's never listened to our podcast.
Right.
That's insane. What a cesspool.
Like
this social media in general it's crazy.
I'm almost positive I've never put my age into that Facebook account either. And I can see pussy, swastikas, race baiting, like violent shit, and gambling and crypto ads to try to steal from young men. It's like crazy, dude. It's like super fucked. And
I will say, and
I'm cool with all that shit consensually or by choice. Like I'm okay with like looking for like different things, but to have it like pumped at you is fucked.
I will say what I what I've done, I kind of did like toward the end of summer. So most of this whole year, I think all of this whole year until very recently, I've had a timer, like, after 15 minutes, Instagram like kicks me off, or like it makes a soft suggestion that you should stop scrolling. And then after like another 15 minutes, it's like, you got to stop, which was really helpful for me. Actually, that was good.
Good for you.
Cause it did work. And, when I started using it more again, like trying to, like even in the times when like I would use it, but just for the short period, I was still like, it was just bombarded with like political shit. And I just couldn't take that.
Another fake,
like I just
Luke
had
Beasley
a bad
video
news
title
button on my phone. Yeah. It was just not great. So what I did was, I did carefully craft my algorithm back, from the brink. I still get lefty shit, but I also have been pushing for more. It's a combination of D&D stuff, cat videos, and thirst traps. And I gotta tell you, my algorithm's pretty sick right now. It's pretty good, bro. It's pretty dope.
So I guess in conclusion, here's my kind of shower thought. I kind of got off into the weeds a bit. I feel like in the past, it always used to be said like the internet's not real life, right?
Right.
The internet has become real life. Like,
yes,
the dead internet theory is very much real. About half of internet activity at this point has been like fairly well studied and concluded is a lot of fake shit, a lot of bots, a lot of fake shit being pumped at you. But these are also real people with real beliefs that have become more and more obscure and extreme. And we've all gotten so used to having our minds fucked online that we don't even object to like the crazy bullshit that's commonplace now. Like to get fuck Jew ads on Facebook is wild, man.
It's so crazy. And that's so insane.
I think condensed, my thought is that the internet is a mental minefield. Okay? It is filled with gold, but all around the gold are mines. And you have to build the right maps to navigate it safely to get the treasures without blowing your little fingers off.
That's beautiful.
All right, do we got go?
I saw a quote that gave me a sense of hope. I don't know exactly how true it is, but it was from, I want to say it was somebody who was like one of the early, like not inventor of the internet, but like they were there when it started, kind of shit.
They saw the first tubes being laid.
Exactly. They said something to the effect of like, we are now we've begun the descent into this era where like the internet used to be like, the early internet was like kind of a Wild West thing, but it was like, cat videos and like funny shit and like goofy memes and stuff like that. And then it turned into this social landscape that it is now, where there's like so much more like sharing information and misinformation. And then from that, like now with AI getting as crazy as it is, like nothing that you see online is going to be believable at a certain point, because AI's gotten is getting so good that it's just like, you can't believe anything at all. So we're getting into a point where eventually there will be a pretty unanimous, consensus that none of this is relevant and valuable, and it will go back to, early internet stage. It will revert back to
valuing creators. That's the hope. Could we talk?
That's not it. It sounds good.
We talked about that with you created the term, I think, where what do you call like a special? Oh, fuck, it's like Etsy. What do you call people that make special niche art stuff?
Like crafters, or
I know you know it. Like where you pay more to have somebody make it naturally
Like
instead of mass produced. Like
artisan.
yes, artisan.
Kinda,
Yep.
yeah.
You coined it, but 10 years from now, instead of like looking for cool art because it's all like AI shit, it's gonna be like, oh, we're trying to find artisan, handmade artists. Like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
there will be a revaluing of creators, and I think some of that is already happening, but I think overall it is going to get worse because we as an artist who what I make is basically I started making stuff that is like essentially what AI does now, like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I take a bunch of images and make it into something new digitally, right?
Yeah.
Now, as even if people have started valuing my shit more because a human is making this digital AI-ish process, now I will never be able to meet a pace of an AI that I could run locally on a computer. You know what I mean? Like it is
Right, exactly.
There will be a revaluing of artisan things, even if they're digital, but it'll things are not going to be the same. Artists are really going to have to learn how to use these tools because we're too outpaced to compete already. It's changing quick.
It's wild shit.
Yeah. All right, last one.
Yeah.
I'm sure you saw the Louvre got robbed.
I did not see this.
What?
No.
It was a good old art heist, bro.
Wait, is that how Dick Cheney died?
No, he didn't show up for the heist.
He was supposed to be the getaway driver. He got shot on the way out.
Fucked up, bro. All right, so forgive me if I mistake this art history, wasn't the Mona Lisa stolen from the Louvre?
I don't know
Initially.
about it being stolen.
No, the Mona Lisa was stolen from a museum and made it back like months, if not years later. That's part of what made it so valuable. Because it had disappeared, like completely was stolen and made its way back into the art world.
They realized this painting actually sucks. They brought it back.
The Mona Lisa was stolen from the Louvre on August 21st, 1911 by an Italian handyman named Vincino Perigo. He hid in a closet overnight and the next morning took the painting off the wall, removed it from the frame, and walked out. The painting was missing for nearly 2 years before he was caught trying to sell it, and the painting was returned to the Louvre. So, the Louvre, and that's that. After that happened is when the Mona Lisa exploded in value, like price-wise. Like I think it was famous before that, but after it, that's what made it like the thing it is today. The notoriety of that incident. So when I think of the Louvre, they kind of have a sketchy history with protecting art, right?
Yeah, yep.
And the museum was built, I believe it's like an old fortress. I think its original bones is of a fortress, right?
That sounds about right.
And it seems like they haven't had the best security. So you would think they'd be doing a little bit more on like upgrading and stuff, but apparently about a year ago, they had an internal security audit, right? Like you go to these penetration testing companies that they'll places, banks, museums will pay people to try to break in, like a company that's auditing them and do a whole security analysis and see how far they can get stealing stuff and give reports on what the correct. The Louvre's internal audit through one of these companies was leaked about a year ago. And after that was leaked, they announced that they were doing all these upgrades and they told the public when. And it seems like those two factors may have been exacerbating in farthering criminals to act on it sooner than later before these changes were made, right?
Just doing it for the vine. Okay, yeah.
They got to do it before the security changes, right? So
Right.
you think of the Louvre like, oh, they might steal the Mona Lisa or like the most valuable shit. Instead, these guys being at least relatively clever decide to go for the king's jewels, the old crowns and jewels and shit that can be melted and cut down and unidentifiable.
That's dope.
Yeah, bro. So I forget how many people it is. I listened to a fair bit on this, but I didn't really focus on it. But it's like a group of robbers, 5 or 6 dudes, whatever. They pull up to the side of the museum in a bucket truck and high-vis vests, broad daylight, as the museum opens, like early-ish hours. So there's a ton of people there, and they're highly visible. And the thought is, the more people there, the more cover. The museum has to protect other people's lives more than they're going to try to stop us. Most federal buildings in the U.S. have, after Oklahoma City, they have barriers. You can't drive a box truck with a fertilizer bomb up to a federal building anymore, which is a bummer. But the Louvre didn't have embankments or anything's barriers blocking a truck, so there's been a ton of construction, so they just drove up in a bucket truck, the lift, cherry lift, and they raised the lift, and 2 dudes with fucking big-ass saws cut a hole in the side of the museum. Bro,
That's so crazy.
I could be slightly mistaken there. I think they cut a hole through the outer wall, but I know they went through windows there too. And that causes at that point, the museum is starting to realize something's wrong. Things start shutting down. But when they're locking things down, a lot of the doors close, which typically would keep the criminals locked in a part of the museum where they could get caught, right?
Right.
Now, if they were going for the more well-known paintings, they'd be deeper in the museum, but this is on an outside wall of the museum, right? So they're kind of in their own area, doors are closing, so it also means security has a hard time getting to them. Now, I think they cut through outer walls, but I know they did use their saws cutting through the cases and could get out through, whether they cut a hole or the window, they used the cherry picker to get up to. And they grab a bunch of crowns and necklaces and shit. I forget. Look up how much money it was. It was how much value it was. I think it was 100 million. It was a big score. They dropped a couple things. And they managed to go down the bucket truck very slow and drive off and got away. Now, since
88 million euros.
88, so that's about $100 million, right?
Yeah.
Now, they were able to get, this is what's changed. In the past, criminals could easily start cutting down that shit and getting rid of it quick, and DNA, forensics, shit would take time. That shit's fast now. So there are new ideas about how to protect some of these diamonds with micro etching, but that supposedly isn't in the picture yet, or at least has not been made public. So they're most likely already cutting these things down. But meantime, the authorities, off of, I believe, a hair on a construction helmet and touch, I could be wrong, but I think touch sweat DNA from one of the jackets that were dropped in the escape was enough to get a DNA profile and instantly identify one of the guys who was already in the system, and they've arrested 2 of the guys so far.
Bummer.
So it's likely at some point things are recovered. It's probably organized crime to some extent, but maybe not. Could be a fun Ocean's 11's crew. But so far, the goods have not been recovered, and it seems increasingly unlikely they will be. Now, I applaud anyone who is able to heist these symbols of wealth and authority, right? Fuck king's crowns and crown jewels and all this dumbass gaudy shit. And as much as I applaud them for their efforts in such a brazen heist, I do condemn them for getting caught. And while I see
exactly,
that part's lame as fuck, bro. You fucked
that part
up.
sucks, man. That's Jeezy wrote a song about it. There's only one rule: don't get caught.
True. And while I see nothing wrong with stealing these symbols of wealth and power to personally enrich oneself, I think it would be a lot cooler if they just destroyed the diamonds. Can you imagine if they melted the gold down and crushed these diamonds up and then did like a live stream and just poured that shit into the sea? Can you imagine?
It'd be pretty fucking sick.
Pouring $100 million of like art history, like famous shit into the ocean. I think that would be so fucking cool. But I hope they can enrich themselves personally and take care of their loved ones for a long time. Or buy a lot of drugs.
It's some real, like, in French fashion for sure. It's some real Lupin the Third shit.
Yeah.
They use they put on disguises and use this, construction equipment. And then it says they got away using two people were driving the bucket truck and the other two were on motorbikes.
Yeah. I think there might have been, I'm not sure if that's a translate. I think they might have also used the scooters. I'm not positive though.
Maybe it said motorbike, which
Gotcha.
in France that counts. They also said it took 7 minutes start to finish, which is also crazy. That's pretty quick.
With saws having to go through shit, I'm not sure if it was the wall for sure cases, but they had the big ass saws. Supposedly no one got like at least majorly injured. I mean, they were moving, bro. I feel like I would want to do things very similar, but I feel like the move is that you don't see, like, the closest things that compared to it are like the flash mob, like when groups of kids hit stores and steal everything all at once. I feel like the move, instead of like a slow ass bucket truck, like, I know you need a quick escape. But I feel like the move would just be like, if you got 10 dudes with AKs, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Like, if you just like run in quick with 10 AKs, like they can't stop that. If you're in and out 15 minutes with AKs,
yeah,
you need like overwhelming firepower. And I mean, local police, it takes a relatively large, like, you got to be willing to kill people though if you go like that, but it takes like,
yeah, that is you got to be ready to back it up if you're going in like that.
Yeah, but I mean, $100 million.
In for a penny, in for a pound, right?
Yeah, I mean,
and then you just don't get caught, and then it's.
I can't critique them. I mean they got partially caught. I'd imagine they're all going to get caught, but.
Yeah,
I mean,
apparently, as of an hour ago, they did arrest somebody.
I know 2 got arrested. I don't know if more have.
Maybe.
How many people would you be willing to kill to get away?
If I knew that doing it was going to get me away with $100 million,
$100 million. You're going to kill all the other robbers, so you don't have to give them a cut.
Yeah, exactly. I forgot about that. Yeah, so let's see if there's 4 of them.
But they don't count. We're talking civilian murder here.
Yeah. Oof.
The tricky part is I feel like you can get away with it guilt-free as long as you make sure they're Republicans. So, like, or Christians. So maybe
you got to at least convince yourself that you disagree with them.
Well, he looked like a Christian.
I mean, he was wearing a cross necklace. You know, he may not have like actually been like a church going and actually believed it, and it might have just been a thing that someone got him or whatever. And
we only take
family heirloom or something.
We only take
But,
people with crucifixes hostage.
they shouldn't have been dressed like that if they didn't want to get shot.
It's like
You gotta bleep that.
No, absolutely.
You gotta bleep that out.
It's like the Republican argument of like women wearing slutty clothes, but it's
Exactly. That was exactly what that was.
That was beautiful, bro. I think that's my favorite Ricky line in a bit. I like
Just add it to the blackmail folder.
I put that quote at the end of our last episode of me. That was pretty wild. All right, that's all I got. Shower thoughts. I was trying to think of a title for this episode. I feel like it has to be something internet shower related.
Cyber shower philosophy.
Digital heist. Who cares? Kill people. Have fun.
That's a good episode title.
Kill people and have fun, bro. That was chill.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Hope my audio.
Thank you for bringing your shower thoughts today. I appreciate it. I know.
Don't worry, I couldn't help myself.
We were supposed to have a meeting with somebody, and they.
There's a story. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Yeah. Some things happened. We got a couple things coming up though, but yeah, let's get out of here. I gotta make sure this audio is not fucked.
Cool. Have fun with that.
Yeah.
Thanks again for listening, everybody. Thank you to Approaching Human for the use of his music. You can find his work on SoundCloud at Approaching-Human.
Thanks, John.
Make sure to check out the show page at Trashcats Trashcast on Instagram for news and art from the show. Check out Facebook for the memes. And for the porn and for the
everything, bro.
The hate Jews ads.
Yeah, they'll just shove it in your face these days. If you're super, I feel like it sounds so lame. Like these things are fine if you're looking for them. It's just fucked up to have it pumped, at you.
Without any real interaction, that's what you get.
Like kids are like forced to look at porn now, and adults are it's being banned from. Like what the fuck is happening? Yeah, it's dumb. If you're super bored, you can check out my trashy art on Instagram at SkyZXSKYZSCX. Big stuff on the way. Appreciate you guys. Hope everyone is having a nice fall.
That's going to be all for us today. Stay classy, eat trashy.
I hope your time of year is well. Go fast, eat trash.
Happy holidays.
And have a great new year.